The big thing that for me is the biggest advantage, I think I guess there's multiple advantages to people working from home. The big advantage for me is the ability to share files with other people. So we can work in collaboration. I actually taught several classes for middle school and high school students over the summer. And one of the initial concerns I had is how are they going to work in pairs or how are they going to work on group projects? So whether they're employees in a company or they're students in a class, they can work in the same file or the same folder. So and like I said, maybe I'll take a break from this and show you my kids class over the summer because they were pretty fun. All right, so Google Drive sign in. Let's take a look at this one. A miracle occurred, and I remembered the password. So you can see here, this was something that kids did together. And so these are game ideas from Ava. These are game ideas from Juliana. These are game ideas from Karina. So the nice thing is you can share a folder, and yes, this is for kids in school, but I do know you have some consumers who are high school and college students. And it's something that we also do in our company. So because this was shared, anybody who had the link could go in here and edit it. The other thing was, and you can see these are the different sessions that we did, I could upload files here, and Marie and I are doing this class together, so I can upload my game design ideas and activities for the students, and then she can upload hers. So if you have shared folders, you can upload files that you want everybody else to use. You can have shared files that you actually edit together. So that's one of the things that I find to be a super big advantage of Google Drive. So you can, and I would say this would be something really helpful for your project. You can go in and you can share files just with a limited number of people. So say, for example, you wanted to share things with your staff, but you wouldn't necessarily want other people to have access to it. Let's say you and Marshall and Tara and Melissa are working on updating policies and procedures to go with the current situation. So maybe you're going to have less money available for gas to go to school and back because people are taking classes all online, but maybe you'll have money available for data plans. But you're still figuring that out. So you don't necessarily want that policy and procedure manual and process available to all of your consumers until it's finalized. So you could just share it with certain people. So to do that, you can go up here. So you click on, say, this folder that you want, and then you go up here where it shows a person with a plus. So that's to share it. And then it'll come up and you have the option of just sharing with specific people. So you can put whoever, your email, Marshall's email, whatever people you want to share it with. Obviously, you don't need to share it with yourself. And then...
all four of us could edit?
Yes. Well, so you have the option. You can make it accessible you could share it for editing, or you can just share it for viewing. Like if you don't trust those other slackers in your project to edit things correctly, you could just make it available for them to view. I know you have a very competent staff. But so yes, you put in whoever name's here you want to share it with, and if you click send, they'll automatically get an email saying, here, this is shared with you. And that was, to your question, you click on this edit button over here, and they can have the option to edit it. If it's a folder, they can organize it, add to it, or you can put it for view only. So maybe you want to share something, let's say once you've just determined all your policies and procedures and you like how they are, and you've decided you want to share that with all of your consumers that you work with, but you don't necessarily want them to be able to edit those. You just want to be able to look at it. So you have the option of sharing it for editing or sharing it just for viewing. And I find that super convenient. Like when I'm teaching, if I'm team teaching with somebody else, I'll give the other instructor the organize, add, and edit access, and the students the view access. And then once you've got it set up, if you want to share it, you can just click on the file you want and then click that share button up there. And you can get a shareable link. So when you copy that, you can, as you saw, you can send it to people, or maybe they're not on their email. Kids these days, right? So I often copy that link and then paste into a text message, because very often my kids who tell me email is for old people say to text them things. So you can copy the link and send it in an email. Send it in a text message, even though Google automatically will send an email if you click on the send. You can also copy it and put in a chat. Like when we're talking, very often I'll be having meetings with our staff and somebody will say, well, what about that document? I'll just go here and copy the link and then just paste it in the chat window. And you can also put those on your website. So I am working on updating the Spirit Lake website as we speak. Well, not right now because we're doing this, but this week. And so I'll be pasting some of these links in there. So if people want to see these presentations we did, we're making these videos, obviously right now. But sometimes people would rather read things than watch them. So we can copy the links and put those on the website too. So just like you can share files with other people can share files with you. Now, for me, and this is something you want to be aware of, if you share something for view only, a person can't change that file, but they can make a copy of it and then change it. So maybe that's fine with you, but just to be aware of that. And well, I guess I don't want to say anything on a video to give people ideas, but just to say that can be misused. So just to know, when you get a file that's shared with you, you can add that to your drive so you don't have to keep going to your shared files.